Today is mission impossible. I am putting together a Harbor Freight cement mixer. Yes, I'm laying ground for a bigger shop. One of the reasons you haven't seen me in a while, and I will do this step by step. I'm not going to have the camera on the full time because I'm camera shy. But I will show you the individual steps as I put this mess together. We shall proceed. Take a nap while I gather the first parts. First two parts that we'll be dealing with, and in the instructions it's not really clear because, well, they only show part of the bigger piece that doesn't have the wheels. So I will get the screw started on these, and there is a procedure for this. I've been watching other people build these before, and I have come up with the easy way. These 3 bolts loosely, otherwise you'll have trouble putting the other 2 in if you tighten the first one. So get them all in loose and then tighten them all up. These are the first 3 bolts. They come from bag number 2. And it wouldn't be Harbor Freight without a problem. Bag 2 had 4 bolts. Bag 12, which is the other end of the same main frame, had only 2. Okay, now here's the lowdown. These bolts that have the shoulder point at each other across this way. Actually, no, they point this way. And the short ones are the only ones that are going to go through this bar all the way this way. So if you don't use the short one this way, you won't have bolts long enough to go there and there. So I got to take that bolt pointing at me from the other end and put it over here. I'm hoping this is the only problem in the bags. The bags are numbered, and they're numbered for the areas that they service. As you see here, and let's see, bag 12 is supposed to service here, and bag 2 is supposed to service here. So there was a problem in this, and I'm going to straighten that out, and I will get back to you. It's pretty obvious to me that their bagging system for the bolts is inaccurate. As it tells me 14 holds the washers and cotter pins for the wheels. I find those in bag 13 along with some other parts. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to horrible fright. Okay, I'm going to probably put on some better wheels than this because these are a mite wobbly for my taste. And I'll probably put a spacer in this axle to hold an actual 5/8 axle and go with 10-inch dolly wheels that are still on bearings. These have no bearings in them at all. And I'd like it to roll a little bit better over grass because it's where it's going to be used. So if I go to a taller wheel, I'm also going to have to put a spacer on the front end to level it up a little bit. But I'm really not pleased with the wheels, but it is what it is. I'm going to keep a tally on the bags. And I don't have anywhere near 14 or 15 bags the way this thing is supposed to going. I don't have anywhere near that. And I will keep you updated at the end on the bag count, and we'll see what we have. And have him help you set this thing on this way. See the wheels, the short end, no wheels, the long end. It came from bag number 3. There's one for each side. Installed this, and these bolts here with the nuts and washers came out of bag 4. Now, there's a little confusion here. This spring goes in here, and I've seen a build of these before. There used to be a metal puck they used to put on the top of that, and it is not present. I'm not seeing it. I found every other part of this thing. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of looking. So I'll meet you later when I get that back on and tell you about it. I found that little thing. It's no longer as thick as it used to be. It can easily now be confused for a flat washer. And that goes in here first, followed by the spring. And you can set the tension on this handle with this bolt. Without this little puck here, you can't tension this spring. So, oops. And I will get that put in. This bolt here, this washer here, this washer here, and these two nuts, get them in, tighten it down a little bit, and those two nuts are tightened against each other. I'm afraid we're down to process of elimination because there is no bag labeled for that, and they tell you there's poly washers involved, and there are 6 screws. Well, the only screws that are capable of going all the way through that are enough in count is in bag number 8, and bag number 8 is what's shown there, and there are no poly washers. So it's a monkey guess at this point, but I'm going to use that, and I'm going to go with that, and I'm sticking with that story. And I will see you when I get back. What we're doing now is I'm going to use those screws like I do with a transmission gasket to hold the gasket in place, and then flip it over and let the screws fall through the other side of the drum, and that should be all for that. I'll get back to you when I have that completed. Also, I have added a little tension on this screw here to make that close nicely. I'll get back to you in a few. Servicing transmissions for many years, I learned how to deal with some screwed up gaskets that were treated rather rudely in the boxing. So I'm going to let the sun cook this for a little bit, make it a little softer, and hope it'll lay down a little bit better. And I shall have me a lunch. See you in a while. The drum is completely assembled. No gasket sealer was required. Under a bag 4, and they hold on the cover for the motor. For the instructions, I've moved 2 of the bolts to different positions on the bottom because they're all spaced the same, so I can get the paddles to line up on these holes right here. And that was with clocking the drum correctly. So much for Chinese instructions. I'll see you once I get the paddles in. And will be those that secure the bottom holes, and the drum will just get the tops tightened and the bottoms tightened, and we're done with the drum completely. After that, we'll be moving on to the motor. The keyway and the screw, and this is the only thing that supports it. I don't know, I like a set screw to go with that, but that's what you get. And the belt's already on. I'm getting ready to put in the motor mount. Up the top 2 bolts to even up the box, and we got these 2 put in, and they go in with this bar that goes across the back, and that is that. Now I just got to tighten up the top 2 and set the motor on. All on, the belt is tensioned, and we're ready for the back cover. You have three wires here to connect: black, white, and green. And they are specific. The black is hot, the white is neutral, and the green is ground. And they have to be matched to the plug because that's how that goes together. That's just common to American household wiring. Up. And that's this part, and I just got to put the case on it, and this thing is done. This is how you do that. Now we're getting ready for the acid test. Plug it in, turn it on. Now for the acid test. Well, sounds as good as all the others I've heard. Tilt the tub over. Okay. Yeah. Tilt it up. It'll definitely dump. Better than the Red Lion that were giving up. Anyway, that's it. Let me check the time. Total time, including week instructions, 3 hours. And that included having to reclock the bolts for the barrel, for the paddles. Seems that our arrows are not correct. But it's done. Sounds good. We're ready to start pouring.